Hi everyone, and welcome back to HomeHeadChef. Today we're going to be making an herb crusted pork loin with gravy. This pork loin is going to be the centerpiece on the dinner table. We need a few simple ingredients, but first we're going to preheat the oven at 350 degrees. Now let's step up to the cutting board and see what we need. For this recipe, we're going to need a 3 to 4 pound pork loin, some salt and pepper, a few tablespoons of olive oil, 3/4 of a teaspoon of dried thyme, rosemary, and sage. And we also need about 4 cloves of garlic minced. We're going to start by combining a little bit of our olive oil with our garlic and our herbs. We're going to get this mixed up. Now onto the pork loin. We're going to season all sides with salt and pepper. Don't be afraid to add it. This is a big cut of meat, and we're going to head over to the stove and we're going to sear this on all sides. We have a few tablespoons of olive oil heated up. Now we're going to place our pork loin in, and we're going to sear this on all sides for about 2 to 3 minutes per side. Once we've seared the pork loin, we're going to place it into a baking dish. We don't really want to brown it because it's going to continue to cook inside the oven, and if we brown it too much, it's going to burn. Now we're going to top it, fat side up, with our garlic and herb mixture. We're going to spread this all over it. It's alright if some of it falls off onto the pan. That's going to help with the gravy. Now we're going to place this into our oven for about 20 to 25 minutes or until the internal temperature is at 140. Our pork loin has hit 140 degrees. We're going to set it on a cutting board, and we're going to tent it with a little bit of aluminum foil. And we're going to let this rest for about 10 minutes while we work on the gravy. And the reason we're doing this is because we want the meat to rest so that way the juices absorb back into the meat. Now we're going to get started on the gravy, and for that we need 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter, 2 tablespoons of flour, the pan drippings from the pork loin, 1 cup of chicken base, and 2 tablespoons of heavy cream. For the gravy, we're going to start by melting our butter. Then in with our flour, we're creating a roux, and we're going to want to cook this for about a minute. Then in with our pan drippings and our chicken stock. We're going to cook this for a couple minutes over medium heat until it becomes nice and thick. Okay, now we're going to go in with our heavy cream, get this stirred in. This is going to add a nice richness to the gravy. We're going to bring this back up to temp. Now before we plate this up, we're going to slice it. Now it's entirely up to you how thin or how thick you slice this. I'm going to go a little bit on the thin side, kind of like you do for the Thanksgiving turkey or something like that. Cut off the end piece. Looks great. Okay. And to plate this, I'm going to leave half of it not cut, and the other half just slice right here, just like that. You can garnish it with fresh herbs and stuff like that. I'm going to give it a little spoon of gravy down the center. That looks fantastic. All right, now let's get a taste. All right, let's get a bite. Make sure we got the gravy in there as well. It's so juicy, it's tender. The pork itself has a great flavor from the herbs and the garlic. The gravy really complements it. The pork is nice and juicy. I hope you liked this video. If so, hit that thumbs up button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. If you'd like to support the channel, I'll drop a link in the description over to our Patreon account. I also have an outdoor channel that if you're interested, I'll put a link down in the description as well. Thanks for stopping in. We'll see you next time.